Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first podcast here on BladeOpotato. This is the Super Shotty Podcast.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Are you sure? It's not too late.
You know, it's late. We've been compiling everything from E3, EA's press conference from E3, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. This is the first in the series of it's probably going to be 3 or 4-parter series, maybe? I mean, depending on how many press conferences there are at E3.
All the way through Wednesday. So.
Yeah, all the way through friggin' Wednesday. But yeah, alright. Welcome everybody. This is me, Blade, on this channel. If you guys haven't known me yet, go check out my other videos. I've heard they're pretty good. Just go ahead and see for yourself. Go ahead and do that. These are my buddies here, Neil.
It's your boy Stone Soup, aka Minestrone.
Hey, Minestrone, I like that. And then my other bro over here, my best buddy over here, Nathan.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, Nathan. I don't have a handle. I just go by Nathan. And
well, you were talking about smooth skin.
Oh, well,
Nathan.
I'll be smooth skin soon to be, but not as of right now. I'm not on YouTube yet, but yeah.
Smooth skin.
Hey, smooth skin.
His skin is pretty smooth.
Hey, pretty smooth. All right, well, starting off with that pretty smooth skin approach in there.
Pretty smooth intro.
Yeah, very smooth intro right there. Let's get right into it. I mean, it's EA, the whole time we were watching this conference, it was like, what, 4 hours almost or some shit like that? Like 3 hours maybe?
I'm not gonna lie, I probably caught about half of that just because a bunch of it was like filler. I watched like
all the
half of the real meat.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I didn't really watch too much. I mean, I watched the press conference as live when it went for the Star Wars, and then I had to watch a little bit of snippets here and there, but I didn't get to see the whole conference, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, the big meat of this whole conference, like the main reason why I watched it was, I mean, Star Wars Battlefront 2. That's what we got to talk about first in this podcast.
What are you talking about? It's all about Madden.
Well, no. Yeah, I mean, the Madden single player, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, that's probably going to be Game of the Year right there. No doubt. But no, dude, Star Wars Battlefront 2. That's the meat and bones of this whole entire conference, in my opinion.
Backbone.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think of Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Well, definitely an improvement from Battlefront, wherever the hell that came, whatever the hell that was a couple years back. That was.
Well, I think they took a lot of the feedback from the fans and things they didn't like or things that perhaps could have been improved upon a little bit and really ran with it with the inclusion now of a single player campaign.
Yeah.
And
yeah, which is original and canon too.
That's
definitely
very important.
That's kind of different in a way.
Yeah, it's like the extended universe is different now. It's like in video games and different movies.
I just hope that in like later Star Wars movies or even in these little cross movies like what was the one that just came
prequels,
out? The Rogue One, like Rogue One and stuff. I hope they don't have any hints to this game though. I really don't, because I don't. The reason
but I think they'll include Rogue One in there.
Perhaps the other way around.
Well, like I'm just saying, like they don't have like hints in the movies from the game, because I don't know. I just feel like that people won't want to get it. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't know.
No, I think if anything, it would really be the other way around.
Probably.
And what it's looking like is like it's going to be all-encompassing from like the prequels, the old stuff and the new stuff. It's going to be really interesting to see how they tie that all in together.
I saw Stone Mountain 64. I don't know if you guys watch him on YouTube. He's that guy who like plays Battlefield extremely seriously. He actually had like early access Battlefront 2 gameplay, like a lot of it. I think it was like around an hour or something like that. And dude, this game looks impressive. The first thing I want to get into, the new multiplayer mechanics that are in there.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna be pickups and stuff like it was in Battlefront 1. It's gonna be kill streaks and stuff like that. The more points you get, you unlock stuff.
Yeah, it's just like a point system for stuff you do, whether it's like kills or objective time or other things you're doing that are driving gameplay that earn you points for power-ups or vehicles or special heroes. Because that was a major concern in the first Battlefield. People would like
front. I know. I mean, come on.
Dice.
It's basically Battlefield, but in Star Wars.
Sorry.
But it looks amazing.
No, it absolutely does. There was a real graphical overhaul.
Yeah.
I was really blown away. I think they solved a lot of issues.
One of the things, I don't know if this was in Battlefront originally, but what I saw from one of the snippets that I got to see was that Boba Fett and Darth Maul were both playing on the same map.
Oh yeah,
and they were fighting against. They're just fighting against the. They have the same. They're on the same team. Like they're both existing, so two heroes can exist at once.
Yeah.
So it's instant. It's personalized just for you. It's
exactly.
Like you earn those points and you choose to.
So wait, because Boba Fett wasn't in. He's not in that. He's not in the first movie at all.
Well, okay, so it was weird. The gameplay that I was watching today, it showed in like the kill streak type area of what you can unlock. There was Darth Maul and Rey, and that was like, I was like, what? That's random. But I feel like it's going to be random depending on what map you play, which is going to be kind of interesting. Yeah, it's going to like have weird little Jedi fantasies that people are going to play out. Like, oh, what if Rey won against Darth Maul or something like that.
I wonder if they would have like an all heroes sort of game type.
They did back in Battlefront too.
So it would be interesting to see that here.
Oh, that would be crazy, especially if they can do some kind of quick time action between like two Jedis going at it. Like instead of just kind of slashing each other to pieces. Like imagine if you were like to go into it, they kind of do like a quick time event. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I think they implemented that.
You need to be careful with quick time events. Some people have a love-hate relationship with them.
Well, they did it in Battlefront. Originally, when when you're Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, you would have like moments where you would have to press X at a certain time, and then if you did it, I don't know, I think if you didn't press it, it hit you, and vice versa. But that'd be kind of crazy to see, in a big map with a bunch of other Jedis just going at it. Like actually sword fighting and not, but I don't know if they can really do that.
Well, another thing, sorry to go away from the heroes for a sec, but another thing I saw was they're actually implementing like character classes this time, and they're very interesting. Like you have the assault class, which is like your normal like stormtrooper or droid or whatever you're playing as, but they have like the officer, which is like a higher up class, which is also like a medic. They can heal
like support classes.
Yeah, they can heal like in an area of effect kind of thing, and it's like they all have different play styles, and then you can also unlock like vehicles. And the interesting thing, like how vehicles kind of played out in the first one, it was more just flying around killing each other.
Yeah, there are tokens that you would have to run and earn.
Yeah, no, you unlock these, and like you can even have tanks and like ground vehicles and stuff.
That's the difference now. They added I saw in the gameplay, the multiplayer gameplay, that they had a little tank from the droids.
Yeah.
Did you see the little like quick APC thing they had running around, and it was like, this is the anti-ATT. I was like,
yeah, it was ridiculous. Like ion blast and stuff. Yeah,
that was cool.
I know, that's gonna be so freaking interesting. I can't wait. Like the unlocks that you get in there, like if you're in a freaking sky vehicle or like flying vehicle and you're flying down, you can just take out a tank that's like going in one of your squad mates, because it actually has squads now instead of the buddy system, which honestly I'm so glad they got rid of the buddy system. Like that. Really, just you're gonna play with one other player? No, you have to play with a squad when it comes to this game. Like you need to have a squad of players.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, anyway, like just flying in with your freaking flying vehicle, just taking out a tank, like calling him out and stuff. It's so interesting. It looks like I hate to keep comparing it to Battlefield, because I mean they do look so similar.
They do,
but
it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
As long as they go out of their way to make each of those things their own individual game, without ruining one or the other, just taking, what works and what doesn't work and running with it.
I mean, it looks amazing. I really can't wait for it.
One of the things that they didn't show at all, which I think everyone is still wondering, is if Galactic Conquest is going to be in this game. Because they didn't say anything about it, they didn't show anything on it. I don't know if that's going to be like a big surprise. Because I mean, it's a very anticipated gameplay feature that they know that people want.
What if it's going to be DLC post-launch?
Then,
But
yeah, go ahead.
the thing about the DLC is it's all going to be free.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
post-launch.
That is amazing.
The post-launch support is very good.
That makes me wonder if they're going to do some sort of freemium model in some way, shape, or form to, make money after the fact, or if they're just going to bank on the fact that everyone is going to buy this game because they are.
Yeah, no, seriously, everyone's going to freaking buy this game. This game looks amazing.
No, they promised so much support for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure they'll deliver.
To be honest, I'm still going to be sort of skeptical. Sorry,
which is
can't even
helpful.
talk right now. Yeah,
it almost doesn't matter which game you're a little skeptical of. It's good not to ride the hype too high.
Yeah, seriously.
You ever learned that with Fallout 4?
Yeah, I
Not
still
that
play
that is
Fallout
a bad
4.
Game. No, it's not a bad game. But to certain, me being a humongous Fallout fan, it's kind of like, it let me down pretty hard.
Yeah, and
your expectations get all the way up here.
What? It was a big anticipated game. I mean, the last, New Vegas came out in 2010, but if you were a Fallout 3 fan, 2008 was the last time it came out. So, waiting on a brand new Fallout, not even hearing about a brand new Fallout, was kind of sad for a little boy like me until the little trailer popped up, and then goosebumps.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, the game was good. It is good. I still play it here and there just because of mods, because of course Bethesda adding that support is one of the best things to happen. But of course it really was a disappointment, so we do have to still stay skeptical of some releases, especially after Battlefront 1. But I mean, to see what they're doing with fan support, it's going to be really interesting.
Well, I think one of the larger issues with the first Battlefront was that they were pushing it out to launch in time with the movie release, so they didn't get that last little bit of spit and polish.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to edit this part out. No, but whenever you have to open that, just kind of back up.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I know. I can't read that little sound right there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Apologize.
No, you're good. But anyways.
Yeah, no, I'm good, dude.
Wait, well, where are we
We're
at?
good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, yeah, no, but I think the spit and polish just wasn't there for the first one, and I think they're acknowledging that and sort of making good on that promise this time around.
Well, it kind of feels like the first game kind of felt like as if EA took over the entire game in a way, because the publisher wanted the game out, right? But by the time that the new movie was going to come out, they wanted this game out because they wanted that post-launch DLC to come out at the right time to make money. And
they wanted to ride the hype of the film.
Oh, exactly.
For sure.
They're doing it again on this one, but this time they're kind of hitting the mark this time. Because I think DICE, in my opinion, kind of took over and said, no, we want to make this game the way that we want to make it, not the way you want to make it. So that's why we see different. In my opinion, that's why we are seeing different features from Battlefront, like the squad system, and now you have more of an RPG-esque feel when you come to your character. You can customize how he is, and you customize your, it's more customization than the first game was.
Oh, definitely, way more.
And just the way that they're kind of handling vehicles and even post-launch support, because I'm sure that because the post-launch support for Battlefront wasn't too good until the end. Plus, the price was $60. That for the season pass. So I feel like with the with no season pass, that they're going to get a more player base in here now. Because there's not really
definitely.
multiplayer games that have no season pass.
There
really is not anymore. You don't see a game that doesn't come out with a bullshit season pass. Because you're tight.
Yeah, Overwatch is a very good example of that. But no, definitely. But I think that's a really good thing that developers are listening. and publishers are listening too, that they, fans demand to, have these post-launch free passes, basically, because exactly what you were saying, it divides the player base if they have to get DLC, And it's like, not everyone can dish out that extra $40 or $60 that the first game was, wanting you to dish out for it. But, now I think the way that they'll, have their post-launch, the way they get their money through that is through microtransactions. That's what I'm predicting for that.
If done well, can still be okay.
Yeah, if it's only cosmetic, just do cosmetic.
Let's avoid
that's
the
it.
Pay to win.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I don't think that would be pay to win. Just pay the cosmetic, just
or even give us maybe an XP boost, but make it cost a bit. Like just.
But nothing extreme.
No.
Oh, we'll see, definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my water. I was pretty thirsty.
But that's single player though.
Yeah, that's single player. Yeah.
Super excited.
Yeah, seriously. I really want to see where, because I always wondered, like, watching Force Awakens, I was like, how did they even get to that point where it was like, oh, it's the First Order? Because I was like, well, it's the Empire again.
Yeah.
But how did it rebuild, But this is going to be that path from where Return of the Jedi ends and leads to Force Awakens. And honestly, it's going to be crazy.
Tie all of that in.
Yeah.
Put it all together.
And that's very interesting, I know.
Because from a previous trailer, we see Luke Skywalker in one of the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, how are they going to tie that in?
Again, like I said, the new movie, I hope there isn't a scene where, like, Luke's kind of like, oh, I had this, this conversation with a stormtrooper once, or, some story, or whatever.
What if she's going to show up in the next movie?
Oh, God. No.
Well, it's like a minor character. I could see that, maybe.
Maybe as an Easter egg, of course, that'd be so cool, but not like a real drop.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of weird.
Not like how, what's his name from the Rogue One, from the Clone Wars movie?
Which one?
He's the guy that can't breathe.
Oh. Forrest Whitaker. You got that
Forrest Whitaker's eye.
Gotta give him that Forrest Whitaker look.
Okay.
Oh, I love Community.
That's he takes like he goes, pulls it off his chest, and he's like, and he like holds it in. He's looking at the pilot guy. He's like, okay.
Oh, that It
made no fucking sense at all. I was so confused why he had to breathe. Like I guess I have to watch Clone Wars, and I hate that.
Oh yeah, because all that lore and the Clone Wars and all that.
Well, it goes so deep. It's like you can't fit all of that into one film or put it all in one place.
Why put it in there to begin with?
Well, I think
it's a payoff for certain people. I think.
Yeah, it's piqued my interest. I've thought about watching the shows because I mean, if it's extra lore for Star Wars, sure, I'll do it. But
I know I heard that they're very good. I just I don't have the time and effort to go watch all the entire Clone Wars series, and then my girlfriend's gonna ask me why I'm watching a kids show. It's fucking Star Wars, dude.
It's fucking Star Wars. Like, no, it's like I don't have time because now I'm rewatching Sons of Anarchy. Pretty good show. I love that show.
I just finished that
again. Yeah. Wait, for the first time or again?
The first time.
Whoa!
I took probably a couple of years hiatus after being on the last season.
Holy shit!
Somebody was just talking about it again. I was like, I'm gonna go finish that right now.
Nice.
What else did they show off at
the last thing I wanted to bring up for Battlefront 2 is going to be split screen.
Yes, they're bringing that back on a lot of EA titles right now.
Yeah.
That is so... I think that is so great. Regardless of whether you use it or not, it is nice to have that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, the past few years, it's been very stale on, couch co-op games. The last good one we had, really, was Halo Master Chief Collection.
It's like when Halo stopped doing that. It's like...
Yeah, in Halo 5, yeah. they were just like, no, fuck the split screen. We want
stuff
1080p 60 frames per second. It's like, no, we don't fucking care about that. We want split screen. And it's like now EA and like the developers that are doing these games, like not even just Star Wars Battlefront 2. There's more games on this list that have a split screen. But they're bringing back couch co-op. And I think that is perfect. Like, yeah, playing online is great and everything, but, you know, if you have roommates or, you know, invite friends over some shit, play some fucking co-op games or some fucking, you know, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Because, I mean, come on, we remember the old days playing PlayStation 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2
on
with, like, your brothers.
TVs, and it was a blast.
And again, that game was
people would make those
and
those little like box cutouts where like you couldn't see the screen above you or below you.
Yeah, like me and my older brothers would play that for just days on end, like just playing Battlefront 2, Battlefront 1 included. Like, that's why I can't wait for this Star Wars Battlefront 2, because I think DICE is really gonna deliver on this one.
I really hope they bring back this. Like, I know they're bringing back spaceship battles, but I want them to bring back the two ships, like kind of like how they had in the movies, you know, like posted next to each other. You can like fly in there, and you can post a bomb in the engine. And you gotta blow it up on the inside.
That's crazy.
I really hope they bring that back, because that was some of the best memories I had.
Seriously,
my brother, all we would do was kind of just fly across and then try to blow each other's ship as fast as we can. Like, we're just like fucking throwing grenades, and we revive the grenades. We just keep throwing grenades. Like, we had a contest on how fast we can destroy. It was.
Heck yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the point, but it was fun.
Oh yeah, dude. That's the thing.
That's the point, though?
Exactly. That's the point. It's all about fun. That's all it is, and it looks like it's gonna be a really fun game.
Yeah.
But let's get into the next game, y'all. Let's go into Anthem. This is BioWare's new title. Anthem. From the trailer, what did you guys think?
It looked really interesting to me. It seemed like a fusion of a lot of titles that
Destiny for
do
sure.
Pretty well. You can see some Destiny influences, maybe some Titanfall. There was something there with the mechs. It looks really, really interesting, and it certainly whet my appetite. I want to know more. I'm looking forward to the Microsoft press conference
tomorrow.
I'm curious whether that's just
which will be on part 2 of the podcast. Sorry to interrupt.
That's good. Gotta get it out there. But I'm personally curious whether that's something that Microsoft just locked down for the announcement, or if that's going to be a much needed exclusive. Be kind of a misstep on their part not to give us something that isn't, you know, more about ESO or their Elder Scrolls card game, or just Fallout 4 VR, which none of these things are bad. I just think they need to come out with something a little more, I don't know, catchy.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I got some more to say about that in a little bit, but with the Anthem, I don't know, it kind of piqued my interest, but I don't know, BladeOpotato has been kind of salty to me lately. Inquisition, I liked it. I didn't play. I don't think I played it right. I got kind of far, but it didn't click with me. And Andromeda, I haven't touched the game, haven't played it, but it again doesn't. I don't know, I guess I don't have an opinion then.
I enjoyed both of those games. Now I understand that both
Andromeda
of them
was okay
have
for me
problems. I'm not going to say that they were not there, but I think I was able to look past them and still have an enjoyable experience. I will say one thing about Inquisition, though, going back and playing it now, I feel the age of the game. Yeah, you know, it's not an ageless game. Say, for example, like Skyrim or some of the older Fallouts. Well, Fallout's age a little bit too, but still, perhaps at a slower rate.
Yeah. No, I mean Anthem. We'll see. Tomorrow we'll talk more about Anthem, because you know hopefully it's going to be
a little bit more information.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to show off the gameplay reveal. That's what they said. Like at the end of the trailer, it was like full gameplay reveal at Microsoft press conference.
Let's do it. You realize this is going to be completely overshadowed by whatever Bethesda
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, this is our first part of the very first part of our podcast, like in a Inception kind of way. Like, this is our E3 podcast, the first part, but this is also the first ever episode of our podcast. So this is actually pretty interesting right now. Like,
it's really happening, man.
Yeah, this is
this
it.
Can go up on YouTube. We're gonna be able to hear this exact part right here.
Yeah, we've been.
And they're gonna be like, "Damn it, just shut up."
I know, but I don't know. We've been talking about doing this for a while now. But anyways,
well, Anthem's kind of done because they only had a teaser. Yeah, so we'll see more again tomorrow. But the next game is I forgot the title. Wasn't it a split screen game?
A split screen game? Hold on. Let me. Can I stop this real fast? I need to go grab my drink.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
All right, now we actually have someone in the audience for us, Eric. You can salute yourself in the background if you want to. There's Eric right there. All right, so the next game we're going to talk about is going to be A Way Out. Wow, this was actually a really interesting game that I saw from the press conference. It's from the producers, or from the same creators of Brothers, A Tale of Two Souls, or whatever it was. I don't remember the
Beyond
name.
Two Souls?
No, that was Quantic Dream. That's for later, actually. Whenever PlayStation does their thing, just wait. Detroit Become Human? Yeah, just wait. But, yeah. But A Way Out, it's from the producers of that. Their last game was Brothers, whatever. It's gonna be a co-op game where you have to you basically can meet each other in your own paths. Like you do your own things, but you basically
in prison, by the way.
Yeah, in prison. Sorry, guys. But you're in prison, and you eventually meet up with each other and plan to break out of prison with each other. And it's this full co-op experience. Like, you work together in these tight situations. Like, no pun intended if I'm showing gameplay of this right now. But, like, there is a lot of these co-op aspects that go into it. And it looks like it's going to be that really definitive co-op experience that we've been waiting for. Because there haven't really been any engaging co-op experiences as of late. Besides, like, Dying Light. That was the last really good co-op game that I've played, but I mean, go ahead.
Well, I think what is refreshing, apart from the medium of breaking out of prison, there aren't too many games where that's pretty much the whole point.
Oh yeah.
But this game is literally designed to be a start to finish co-op experience. It's not a drop in, drop out. It doesn't matter whether you're there or not. Sort of thing. I
don't know if there's even going to be like an AI character if you play solo.
I think that's how it's going to work from what they've shown us.
Yeah.
From what I saw, it was strictly local screens or split screen. And then
well, you can do it via online, but it's still going to split screen so you can see what's going on.
Well, yeah, meaning it's just
with that other person.
Yeah, it's strictly multiplayer, which is pretty cool for a co-op game. Like, it actually requires 2 players, and you have to be present at all times.
One of the things I liked that I saw was that they showed off that one player was in a I just lost the words.
Like a cutscene?
Yeah, a cutscene. Sorry, he was in a cutscene, and the other player was walking around.
Yeah, he was out doing stuff.
I've never seen that truly in the game. I mean, besides, you know what? Got the thought of it that.
Yeah, where it was kind of like
online, they did that. Yeah,
where like one, or even in the story, where like you had 3 characters, but they all had their own separate lives. You know, they were all doing their own thing, and you can catch them at different intervals. But this time, it's like you're both playing as different people, and you could be doing 2 different tasks at once, like around the prison, talking to people as this character, and the other is like trying to find a tool to like help them break through a fucking wall or something like that.
But it also seems like you're gonna have a lot of choice in the way that you tackle situations, and it almost seems like each of these 2 different characters is gonna have sort of a different skill set.
Yeah, which that's pretty interesting right there. Like, if that's the case, like, you really have to depend on each other, which is, of course, that's a great aspect in a co-op game. Like, depending on each other is essential. Like, I mean, Neil, you and me know we've played through every Saints Row game.
Anything that can be co-opted,
yeah.
we have co-ops.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
that has been done.
Like, we blast the shit out of these co-op games because we rely on each other. And yeah, we get like upset sometimes at each other or whatever, but we call out shit. We, rely on who's going to take this flank or who's going to do this. We always have teamwork. And I feel like
solve a problem.
Yeah, and I feel like in A Way Out, you really have to depend on that. You really have to have communication with each other. And I think that's perfect for like couch co-op.
Yeah.
Split
Couch
screen.
co-op making a comeback.
Exactly. All these games. Freaking Star Wars Battlefront 2, A Way Out, maybe Anthem. I don't know. We'll see.
It seems like it's a theme for EA at the moment.
Yeah, making everything split screen, because I believe, all of the sports games they have too are multiplayer split screen. Because, I mean, it's all just one screen anyway.
Yeah.
But, they're really bringing back that multiplayer experience. And I think that's one of the most impressive things from this press conference that I've seen is, like, they're really engaging in the multiplayer aspect of all these games. But in a good way, like couch co-op and seamless multiplayer, which we might see in Anthem. But
if I may say something, they took a moment before they introduced A Way Out to talk about like the studio itself that was making the game and how it was sort of like an indie developer under the EA umbrella, and that they were given like full creative control, and that the profits from these games go back to the developers so that they can make better stuff.
Yeah,
I think that is interesting and refreshing to see. And,
definitely.
I think it's going to translate into some better games, but we'll have to see.
I know, we'll have to see once we see more when E3 actually starts. The next game I really want to talk about in this is Need for Speed Payback. Like, let me give a brief insight on my history with Need for Speed. I've never really been a fan, but I've always been intrigued by the gameplay. Hot Pursuit and all that was really cool. But it's like, from what I've seen from the trailer that they've shown off, it's like, I've done all this stuff in Grand Theft Auto 5. Like all these police pursuits and everything, but
it kind of looks like Fast 5.
Yeah,
the ice and the cars and the racing,
which is cool.
thrills,
Yeah. Let me say, from my experience as I don't want to say a former fan of Need for Speed, but I kind of dropped off the Need for Speed kick around Most Wanted, because after that it just got kind of for me.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
bad.
sort of topped out for me around Need for Speed Underground 2, and I happen to know that a lot of people sort of felt that way.
And that was a really good game. I played that for a little while.
Fantastic game.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, myself included, sort of... very good.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
But I think for a lot of people, myself included, this looks like at least an attempt at a return to form that more or less needed to happen in order to save that franchise from becoming something it never should have been in the first place.
No, exactly. But, I mean, it looks like it's returning to those, Most Wanted days, like actually going back to the fun aspect of Need for Speed instead of just like the basic street races and stuff like that, which you can find in any other game that features vehicles these days, like Watch Dogs 2, freaking GTA 5 like I just mentioned, or like even The Crew, which me and you really got into for a little while.
Yeah, that was the last racing game that actually really grabbed my attention.
Did you play The Crew?
Yeah, I played The Crew. The Crew was, in my opinion, kind of like a worse Need for Speed game, but like Neil said, Need for Speed, in my opinion, went downhill because I started with Underground and went Underground 2, and then when Most Wanted came out, that was my game. I 100%ed that like 3 times in a row. But after that, the game kind of went downhill, and then I think they reintroduced Hot Pursuit.
Yeah.
Wow, but then that was good. But then now,
it was okay.
You got games like Forza, right? That just came out with the Hot Wheels DLC, which is amazing, dude. That game, that it's so good.
I've only seen gameplay and I'm really intrigued. It looks amazing.
Well, I think Forza goes for perhaps something of a different audience while still being a racing game. Like there were things that Need for Speed, at least the older versions were, that Forza will never be, and vice versa.
Well, Need for Speed was a street racing game from the start, and Forza is more of the started as Formula Racing, I believe, and then came just normal race car driving, and now in the new Forza game they're all in Australia doing whatever you want, and the customization of that game is so in depth. And that's what the games are now about, pretty much. Is getting a car, customizing it to your max potential, and racing against other players. And the story modes here and there, but when it comes to Need for Speed lacks even like the the driving aspect of what Forza brings. Mm-hmm. When in my opinion, when I played I can't remember the last Need for Speed that was out before this one came out.
I don't remember the name of it either. Probably because it wasn't very good.
Yeah, no,
I think it was just Need for Speed.
Yeah, they rebooted Need for Speed, and the drive after. And guys, I played some demos, and I played the Forza 4 GT demo, and the way that felt driving was amazing. It felt too realistic in my opinion. I was like, okay, shit. But when I played Need for Speed, it just the gameplay. No, sorry, the gameplay. The controls didn't just feel good to me in my opinion.
The mechanics.
The mechanics of the driving were just flat out awful.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very difficult to compare the two. Like, if you want realistic driving, Forza's probably going to be where it's at. I mean,
you can
in terms of the car customization and just the depth to which you can physically tune the car and control how it runs is unmatched.
Yeah, well, I mean, racing games are just not my forte, though. But I'm not really excited for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
I am, shall we say, cautiously intrigued and optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be another Need for Speed game for me. Like, it looks cool. Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, it's kind of like the Fast and Furious series at this point. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's another one. Cool. I mean, no offense to any Need for Speed fans out there. I still want to see the new one, but I mean...
You mean Fast and Furious?
Yeah, Fast and Furious, sorry. But yeah, like...
Need for Speed fans, fuck you.
No.
Everybody has fans.
Yeah, everything has a fan base. But, I still have yet to see that new movie. It's just kind of like one of those movies that's like, yeah, I'll get to,
Blu-ray.
I'll get to it.
Not even Blu-ray, Red Box that.
Nah, like maybe
pirated it.
Borrow it or somewhere. Yeah. No, not pirate. You gotta borrow it. You gotta borrow it. But anyways, the rest of E3, the conference, was basically just the sports games. That's what we wanted to save for the last of the conference. Anything to say on the sports games? I'm not a fan of sports games. I think the single player looks interesting, though.
I think it's an interesting concept, and if done well, it can be an interesting side activity for people who normally just hit up that online, get super competitive, and
well, FIFA 17 did that really well with their single player game on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their ultimate teams.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, no, and FIFA's really the only sports game I have any experience with. I've never really been into it. Not to say that they're bad, it's just not really my thing. Like,
okay.
I've played Madden here and there, but it's never something I've ever gotten into. When I have played it, I've been okay at it, I guess. I'm not really a fan of sports anymore. It's just kind of falling off.
Well, the Madden, I forgot what's their story mode called? The Journey or the Path?
Long Shot.
The Long Shot.
Yeah.
Both wrong answers. But
yeah,
it looks intriguing. I kind of like the little story mode going on. Kind of give some life into the game, because if it's just going to be another sports game, no one really cares.
Yeah,
but if
it's the same old
shit. They can do a continuation story. I think they're doing that with the FIFA game. I think it's the same character. I believe it is, at least. And then they have,
you can do an import
with NBA 2K Live, 2K Live, I don't know, whatever it's called. But the new NBA, the game that's coming out, they have a different kind of story mode where it's sort of like an RPGS way where you create your own character, and you get to play with different parts of or different teams, and then you can even do street ball mode and stuff like that. But they went a different route with the NBA story mode. In my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like they did too. They had, well, of course, from Madden, we also had FIFA 2018. That's another one coming out. Of course, it has the story mode there too. You know, like you guys said, the continuation. And then we also have NBA 2K18, which is it's gonna be bringing in the street NBA, which I think is pretty cool. Like, I know a lot of people were really interested in like bringing that kind of stuff back from like NBA Playground or stuff like that, or like those classic NBA street games. Like, now people can do it on the next one, and I think that was actually a pretty cool inclusion. You know, it kind of brings both of those fan bases together in one game that everyone can play, instead of, you know, releasing two different type of NBA games. But I mean, that's really all I have to say about the sports games. That's all. I'm not really a fan of sports games. If you guys who are listening are a fan of them, that's pretty cool, but not down my alley. Yeah, to each their own, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much everything from the EA podcast. Anything else that we didn't get to touch on?
I'd like to speculate just sort of a little bit. EA has a lot of licenses out there for pretty much all the Star Wars games. You know, we've gotten some pretty hefty teasers, you know, in the past E3, and we haven't seen anything from
Visceral
game,
or Respawn. And
Respawn is doing a Star Wars, really?
Respawn is doing. That's probably the one we know the least about.
Wow, I did not know about that.
Yeah, watch the trailer, dude. Show the two,
okay.
But I have a feeling that, you know, in the following years we're going to be getting a Star Wars game every E3. Like,
I could see that.
This year it's Battlefront. Next year it's probably going to be Visceral's title. At least I hope so. It's probably the one I'm most excited for. And then perhaps after that it's going to be Respawn's title.
Yeah, I could totally see that, and then like just going off of each one of those and creating expansions from there, and that kind of going off topic from E3, but that kind of reminds me of the expanded universe that Star Wars is doing now. It's like now video games are getting an every year basis, just like the movies are now. You know,
do you think we're gonna get Star Wars fatigue, like we're getting superhero fatigue? So no, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna get it.
Hey, like I said in one of my previous videos, like,
a good job on the games, absolutely not. And it seems like they are dedicated to delivering a different experience with each of those games, and perhaps hitting a different sort of fan base within the fan base, if you will, with each of those games.
Which is, and that, putting it that way, it actually makes sense, because people can actually watch.
They can find the Star Wars game that they want to play.
They can watch the movies, or they can fully engage themselves inside of the games, you know. But that's pretty much it for the EA conference. Anything else E3 ahead of us? We have Microsoft and Bethesda tomorrow.
It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one for us.
You want to do some predictions on some... tomorrow's going to consist of?
Sure.
Microsoft, I feel like they're going to show off probably Far Cry 5.
Oh, yeah.
I see them doing that.
That's
maybe
Ubisoft.
Well, yeah, it is Ubisoft, but I feel like they might show off a little bit, maybe.
It's possible. I think the Scorpio is going to be
well, that's what they're going to
stage, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be they have to go all out with Scorpio. They got to show everything.
I don't even know why I said Far Cry 5 before that. Yeah, that is the biggest thing that Microsoft's going to
unveil. Console pretty much coming out. It was powerful.
The thing is like, I've heard an argument lately where it's like, yes, it is an upgrade to the Xbox, but it's like, you know, even though it is an upgrade, it is going to be obsolete in those upgrades, like even soon after it comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which it makes sense, because PC is always going to be ahead of the game. But Scorpio, I feel like for consoles, is actually going to be like the next generation, where consoles are going to go.
Oh yeah.
because they're promising a lot of processing power for this console. And if they can deliver, and if they can deliver on that, we're going to see some really good games coming on the Xbox, and hopefully that will bring more exclusive titles to the Xbox, which they desperately need for Microsoft.
They have titles that are just not out yet. They have had Cuphead at every E3 for the last, I think, 3 years. And
that needs to come out already.
We haven't seen a release date or anything on it. We just keep seeing more boss fights, and I'm like, I want to play this game.
Yeah.
I want this game now. And then another game, Sea of Thieves, which has had a lot of games coming out. And that's another game that they're definitely going to have to show a release date. They're going to have to this year.
We will probably... we will probably see some Sea of Thieves tomorrow. I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that tomorrow, like you're saying.
And then Crackdown 3 too.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Crackdown 3
environments for the Scorpio. I think that's probably what we've been hearing about Crackdown 3, because they've been probably developing it for the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm. I think it would definitely be able to.
Because of the destruction level, if I remember correctly from the previous E3, you can destroy everything.
Yeah,
I think that's what they said.
That's a tall order.
And that's the selling point for this game, basically.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to, they're gonna show Scorpio, and I bet you they're gonna come up there and then show Crackdown 3. Or I mean, they can show a new IP. They can show. They can show the new Bioware game. I mean.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see Anthem tomorrow.
Yeah, they did say that was going to be a thing.
Yeah, well, today that this podcast is uploading, but yeah, we're gonna see it today.
Yeah, today's technically Sunday, but late at night, midnight.
Yeah, we're up pretty late recording all of this. It's gonna be up. I'm pretty sure this video will be up early in the morning. But anyways, Bethesda, what are your predictions for there? We
are definitely going to see some ESO stuff.
For sure.
They have that. They have that card game. That's,
Legends.
Yeah. Set in the Elder Scrolls universe. That's slated to come out. Probably going to see a little bit more about that.
Maybe we'll see something on Doom 2.
Maybe. Perhaps.
I'm hoping.
You're forgetting an old title. You're forgetting Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, yes.
Because in last year's E3, they had a code name Wolfenstein. I think it's Wolfenstein with a code name on it, and because they pretty much showed you what they're trying to do last year, and I think they're going to come up with Wolfenstein 2.
That'll be cool.
That'd be whatever they're going to do about it. I'm excited for that. Was
an
awesome game. And then also Evil Within 2 could possibly make a comeback.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know if maybe. I don't know if I'm excited about that. I wasn't a big fan of Evil Within.
I never played it.
It was good, but I'm not a big horror game fan, so it just didn't resonate with me very well. But
Quake Champions, yes. PC only, it looks like, but still.
They may still have a presence,
It's gonna be a good game. I mean, it's the return of Quake. Quake has been gone for a while now. It's been like that IP that's just been floating around for a while. And, of course, id Software, they own the IP to that game, of course, with Doom. And it's like, Bethesda was just like, you know what, let's take this IP and let's expand upon it. And I feel like they're going to take the hero approach, like with Overwatch, in a sense.
Exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and it's going to be freaking awesome seeing that.
Yeah, I think the game actually had beta recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think the game's coming out this year.
I need to actually catch up on that.
I think it's going to make I don't think they're going to show it off at E3. Maybe like a little,
I think they
for
will.
Gameplay.
Like a teaser
for people to play at E3,
in
the booth. But I don't think they might show like a little snippet here and there. But it's already in beta. They're probably gonna have a bigger presence at QuakeCon anyway, since that's QuakeCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. They might stress that back because Bethesda's got a couple more things they might want to show.
Yeah, but I mean it's.
Fallout VR.
It's all speculation at this point. They're so tight-lipped about everything. Fallout VR is quite possible.
They're gonna show off Fallout VR.
You know what? It might be possible that with Scorpio they might show off Fallout 4 there, just like last year with the mod support.
With Microsoft?
Yeah, because Scorpio.
It's
VR support. It's a console that support the VR. So Yeah, and Fallout 4 VR is slated to come out later this year.
And see, earlier we were talking crap about Fallout 4, but Fallout 4 VR comes up, and we're all excited about
because
it.
It's VR and Fallout. That's a totally different conversation.
Seriously, because
it changes the game.
Yeah, that's the total immersion right there into the wasteland. Right there with VR. It's gonna be insane. I'm hoping they can pull it off. I'm hoping that they show it off this year because that's something I've really been interested in seeing. Especially with how much I love that game.
Yeah.
I feel that we might get a look at some sort of new freemium or mobile game
Yeah.
from Bethesda, whether it's tied into their other titles or a new IP all of its own. That might make...
Well, I think Bethesda knows that we know what's going on. Because they have Mr. Matty Plays out there. We'll shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Matty.
He's covered all over the Starfield stuff, and they Todd Howard and Pete Hines have noted that they listen to him, so they know that we know about Starfield. So I think that they're going to come out really big, just like with Fallout. They're going to show off this brand new IP that they've never we don't know about. It's totally different. Fallout was a previous IP that we all knew about, and Elder Scrolls has been around since the 90s. So this is a brand new Bethesda IP that they have full creative control again, with a new story, with a new. We don't know what they can do. It's supposed to be in space.
I hope they just hit us with it.
Yeah, they're gonna hit us with it for like 35 minutes. Todd Howard's gonna come out. He's gonna shoot two thumbs up.
By the way, it's coming out this year.
Yeah, I know. He's October. Boom. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like, seriously, they need to show off Starfield. We've heard about it for over, 2 years now?
Well, yeah, they're definitely going to do that. They're going to show off a new IP. Whether it's Starfield, I mean, it might not be, or it could be a totally different one that we're not even expecting.
Did you guys hear about the 4chan leak for Bethesda's conference? It's a leak, so take everything with a grain of salt.
Absolutely.
But apparently he worked at Bethesda, and he, was just like, oh, here's a leak of stuff. But he was like, it's going to have a even more engaging settlement system from Fallout 4, where you'll actually build cities and civilizations, which will be interesting.
Isn't this where they explain that the Fallout and Skyrim are connected through this game?
Oh,
too?
yeah.
What?
Which sounds ridiculous. But
they
it
put
could...
Henry in Fallout 4.
Yeah, see...
So they kind of bought it on themselves for this.
I'm in a love-hate relationship with that kind of theory, because it's like, it makes so much sense if, Fallout 4, the radiation turned Earth into Nern. Would you be interesting? Or whatever the planet's called?
I don't know about that.
I mean, that's the theory that I've heard. Like, the radiation just changes everything.
I mean, it could be that. It could be different.
History gets repeated over and over.
If they're going to do anything relating this, Skyrim to Fallout, first off, Fallout isn't even Bethesda's original IP.
No,
so that wasn't their intention. I'm
sure
at the beginning.
I don't know.
I think it's
an out there
theory.
Like maybe as an Easter egg kind of thing. Like you can let's just pretend.
Yeah, they love putting Easter eggs to their own game.
Let's just imagine that this game is kind of like a No Man's Sky, speculation, and that you can possibly skim across a planet that similarly looks like what's the planet in the Elder Scrolls?
I'm pretty sure it's Nern. I don't know. I know Nern's something else. I don't know. I'm tired. It's really late.
I know.
Anyway, I don't think that's plausible. In any case, I don't know that I would want it to be.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't want it to be either, but I'm just speculation.
I think it would be a difficult thing to do justice.
Yeah.
In any case, for anyone.
But, I mean, aside from the theory, anything else, Bethesda? Do we think there's going to be anything Elder Scrolls related besides Legends and ESO?
Elder Scrolls won't be around for a while.
No,
yeah,
I'm sure they have a running joke at the office about when that's going to come out.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be sometime in the next decade.
But, it's possible we could be getting a remaster.
Maybe. I would like to see a Fallout New Vegas remaster with the inclusion of mod support.
They'd love to get them some money. I'm sure they'll do that in mod support. That'd be really cool. But if not, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind either way. Bethesda's got work to do. They've got, so much shit going on in all of their studios that they're just going to be busy.
Yeah, they
like
are
Fallout
on all
and
cylinders, that is for sure.
Yeah, Fallout and Elder Scrolls, they're not going to be touched for a while because they want to make those games perfect, especially after the reception that Fallout 4 got. They're really listening to the community, I believe.
They're going to focus a lot on their Starfield and what they have going on.
Yeah.
I think they're really going to want to carve that out a piece of their considerable fan base.
Who knows? Maybe a trailer might drop tomorrow, like a teaser.
Yeah,
like it
that would
Fallout.
That would be really
late,
cool.
but
and they're just like, hey, it's available at the end of the year. Boom.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. I don't know. You heard it here first. If we predicted it, I don't know. Maybe someone else did.
No.
Maybe Maddie.
Probably everyone else.
Yeah, he was talking about like a sort of like an Overwatch or a Heroes of the Storm.
That'd be interesting.
Type thing. That would be interesting, but that's another really out there theory. I mean, perhaps less so than what we were just talking
All
about.
Bethesda characters.
I don't think that was a serious.
No, it wasn't serious.
No, of course not.
But it would be interesting. But I don't know when the other ones are scheduled, just because I'm so excited about the other two. But
I believe Ubisoft is the following day, and
Okay.
I am super excited.
And PlayStation
for the Ubisoft.
Ubisoft's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
I really am looking forward to see what they're gonna do with the next Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I'm more looking forward to Far Cry 5.
Yeah, Far Cry 5.
Yes, absolutely.
Good choice in the setting.
That is
For
debatable
sure.
for a lot of people. It was really, really controversial. I like the idea.
Fuck it, controversial's good for video games. Look at GTA 5.
Yeah, it's because of all the stuff that's going on right now. They feel like they're being attacked or something.
Yeah.
But you remember the controversial title that people gave Far Cry 3, Skyrim with guns?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of was, but it wasn't. Like, there's way more than Skyrim than that. But no, Skyrim with guns is basically
is Fallout.
Yeah, it's
like,
Fallout.
pretty sure.
Let's be real. But yeah, I'm excited for both Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. Any other games?
We're supposed to be getting a Crew 2, and as we were talking about with Need for Speed, I am not someone who's super crazy about racing games, but the first Crew was a racing game that I thoroughly enjoyed, and I am looking forward to perhaps seeing a little more about a sequel.
Yeah, me too, dude. That would be way interesting.
I think the Crew had a lot of interesting and refreshing mechanics for racing games, and I would love to see them expand on that a little bit. I
feel like they could really improve on them, honestly.
Certainly. There's almost always room for improvement.
A lot. And preferably, in my opinion, like, it was a good game. It's just they really needed to improve on a lot of aspects, customization, upgrading your vehicle, and all that. It just kind of felt like
the story was a little flat.
Yeah, and the story was flat. But there's always room for improvement. Just like
the online competitiveness for me was where it was at. I always had fun.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of games that I'm seeing improvement in, leading in kind of a transition to PlayStation's panel, I'm excited to see Destiny 2. I gave some speculation on my Destiny 2 video that I posted. I still am skeptical about Destiny 2. After playing the first one, it left a very bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
And
same.
Played
it a lot though.
Yeah, we did fucking play that game a lot. Late nights, just playing those freaking weekly strikes over and over again.
Real.
Yes, it was.
And then the expansion would come out, and all of it would just be worthless.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is, by the time the last DLC came out, I don't remember the name. I don't want to remember the name.
I think it was House of.
Yeah, the House of...
that was Iron Banner.
No, it was
Iron
the one
Banner
before that. I never played Iron Banner.
No, Iron Banner wasn't an expansion. It was a game type that would pop in.
Iron Banner was that, but there was an expansion that was based off of those characters, right?
Yeah, there was.
That's not House of Wolves. House of Wolves was after Dark Below, and then after Dark Below became the big story expansion, and then after that was anyways.
But it's Destiny 1, dude. Anyways, Destiny 2, I just judging from the first trailer and like the viral marketing trailers that they had, you can already tell there's going to be a lot more story in this, and they're going to take the story a lot more seriously, which is very much lacking in the first game.
They started to do that towards the end of the expansion,
which was too late.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it really left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, as you said. It was like we got a chopped up version of the game or something, regardless how that was intended. It was sort of how it was received.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's Destiny 1 still has a huge fan base, but of course it did, like, the fan base has dropped. Mm-hmm. Destiny 2, however, I think it's bringing a lot of people back. You know, a lot of people are going, oh, actually this game looks really interesting. And honestly, I think it looks interesting. I don't think I'm going to buy it like I did Destiny 1.
Skepticism.
Yeah.
I may jump into it later.
Well, yeah, because of the E3 demo that they provided, you know, before the game came out was like this really awesome. God, the way it was a little different from what the game. It was a lot different from what the game was. The trailer showed you came in and you defeated this boss, and you got a gold engram, and you got this. You got the awesome rocket, I think the Gallahorn rocket.
Yeah.
And then you play that same mission in the real game, and it's so bland. It's so just
so bland.
Well, it's after you do it so many times, it all just sort of runs together, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this again.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they said they were improving on that too.
I hope so.
And they're doing matchmaking for raids.
I'm curious
I hope they scale.
To see how they do that though, like how they pull that off.
Matchmaking for raids?
No. I mean the ability to sort of switch it up as they.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a change for the Destiny fan base for sure.
Definitely, but the last panel that I can really think about, we'll have more information on all of them tomorrow in the next podcast. Is the Nintendo panel. Anything you guys are looking forward to? I know what I'm looking forward to.
We're gonna see some Switch stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully Skyrim.
I'm really curious to see about the fate of Skyrim on the Switch.
Because, I mean, it's a cool idea. You can bring Skyrim wherever you want, even though the fucking battery lasts 4 hours.
And that's the thing that's kind of funny is that the Skyrim on the Switch, a 5-year-old game, was the main selling point. A lot of people are like,
right?
I can play Skyrim on the plane.
That goes back to that sort of
and
almost
NBA 2K, I think 16 or 17 was on there too. When they, you know, their third-party support is what I'm more excited about, because Nintendo, for the last 10, 15 years, has had no third-party support pretty much.
Well, they've done certain things incredibly well, and it's basically been a system focusing on its own IPs, and they do a great job of that.
And now they have like a service which I've heard is like the Netflix for Nintendo, where they bring back a lot of classic games like Super Mario Brothers 2 and stuff like that. And you pay this monthly subscription. I think it's a monthly subscription.
I think that's the way everything's sort of heading. I mean, Xbox is trying to do something similar to that. PlayStation.
The Game Pass.
Have you gotten Game Pass?
No, I have all the games.
I have all those games, dude.
Yeah, we own them all.
Every single one of them.
Okay, just because you have the games, though, it's like the new games pop up every month.
Oh, well,
it's like a Netflix service, so you get
there is a game that when there are perhaps a few games that I don't own that I would be interested in playing.
Do they have?
Pass, I will grab it up.
Do they have Xbox 360 games?
They have.
They do.
They do. Like so, like I was playing.
So I can get World of War.
Well, yeah. Okay, no, it isn't. It's like Netflix, so you don't get like the brand newest games or even some of the greatest old movies, but you get a great selection of 360
games. There are
games
really good games on there, but
Halo 5 is on there. Halo 5 is completed at this point, so it's a good game at this point.
No, I'm just saying for somebody that doesn't have the expendable cash, to buy all the games in the world, or even like to play Halo 5, because it was a trash game when I bought it originally, and now I've seen it has gotten a whole lot better with the post-launch support
in the background.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, whatever. I mean, I'm a Halo fanboy right now, but I even admit that Halo 5 was the story at least was garbage.
Some problem.
No, the story was garbage. I'm sorry.
Well,
and I'm a huge Halo fan.
It had a lot to do with the way that they marketed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
it was.
Like they ended up
That's
giving
like
something totally
What they
different.
kind of did was like McDonald's offers this brand new burger, right? It's this brand new healthy chicken burger. It looks, cuisine on the screen.
This went from E3 discussion to just talking about Halo 5.
McDonald's.
Let's do this. No, keep going.
Okay. So, God damn it, I lost my analogy. But anyways, no, when they marketed the game, they kind of made it seem like it was this battle between Spartan Block and Master Chief in this great duel. Who's gonna win? Who you gonna pick? Who's gonna save
which
universe?
team? Yeah.
Which team are you on?
Yeah.
And then we get this brief, 30-second, what the hell kind of a fight. kind of pretty much Chief bitch slap Locke, and then that was that. They never fought again.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for.
If you haven't
interested,
seen it, it's been everywhere.
It's pretty bad. I'll probably put it up on the video right here, but.
Anyways, though, but I don't know the way they marketed the game, especially with the podcast they had.
Oh yeah, dude, and that was actually a really good marketing campaign.
It was a really great.
Oh sure, but it turned it into a direction that the game wasn't going to fill out.
No, yeah. Which sucked because there was a lot of characters on there I ended up caring for, and like absolutely. You never fucking hear about these people again, and it's like
you don't see the Uni anything with it wasn't Uni? Oni, sorry. You don't see any with the Oni collection or anything like that from the podcast. And yeah. Why did I listen to all that? I wasted so much time because I was preparing for the new game.
Exactly.
And then the game was, in my opinion, not great, and with the warden battles and the repetitiveness of.
I know. But the good thing is we still have a while to wait for Halo 6. So they said there's no Halo at E3 this year. So
can we take it back to the E3?
But let's go back to E3. Any closing statements on E3? Your predictions? EA? Anything?
Well, I think there are a few. I don't want to say smaller games, but. Perhaps lesser known games that I myself am personally excited for, like Vampire, which is being developed by the people that did Life is Strange.
That looks actually pretty interesting.
They focus so heavily on the weight of your decisions, and just every small detail or change or choice that you make can have a very large impact on the world around you. And I think. Playing a vampire, during the flu epidemic is a very interesting idea. Like you're a vampire, you need to go out, you need to feed, you need to do these things, but you're also a doctor who took like a Hippocratic oath.
Yeah, and I mean that looks actually, I don't know, to be honest, I actually still need to watch the trailer, but from what I'm hearing, it looks and sounds actually really interesting.
Yeah, no, I saw the trailer drop today. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but yeah.
But
good look out.
Anything else? Any closing statements? Oh, I never got to talk about Nintendo. I'm looking forward to Super Mario Odyssey. That game looks pretty fucking cool. It's Super Mario in real life, in a way. Did
you hear about the Rabbit and Mario RPG that Ubisoft is in development with?
What?
Yeah, the Rabbits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Rabbits characters and I guess Mario are they're doing an RPG with Ubisoft.
Interesting, because there is Super Mario RPG, but with Rabbids, that'll be interesting.
So that might show up tomorrow, I don't know, or Monday.
That's something to look forward to.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Because I stopped playing Rabbids games when I had a fucking Wii way back in the day. When I had the Wii, I stopped playing it probably 6 months after I owned it.
I bought that exclusively for Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I beat
and Smash.
Yeah, I beat Twilight Princess, and that was it. I just gave up.
You guys are not the real gamers. I bought Wii Fit, man.
Well,
I had Wii Fit for a little bit. My mom bought it.
I think there was a shortage of content there for a while, and I think for a lot of people, they just sort of fell off the wagon during that dry spell.
Well, yeah, they lacked a lot of content.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wii was mainly. If you remember the Wii, you remember Wii Sports.
Oh yeah.
That was the main game I played on the Wii because I really didn't own a Wii, because I didn't buy the trash. But anyways.
Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up for our EA podcast. Tomorrow we have Microsoft and Bethesda to cover. That's going to be very interesting. These are the two press conferences that I'm really excited for.
Yeah, we're all both really excited.
Yeah, all of us.
So we'll be a lot better tomorrow, and I'll be more knowledgeable about that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be our wheelhouse here.
Yeah, this was kind of just, we kind of got this all together really last minute, but we're finally doing what we've been wanting to do for a while now, starting this podcast, and what a perfect way to start it with E3. Yeah. I mean, we have all this fucking news to talk about and go over, so it's been awesome for our first podcast. And tomorrow night we will have our Bethesda conference, probably Monday morning.
Monday morning we're doing it right after Bethesda ends their conference. We're gonna hop on the podcast and
spit out
raw.
We'll kick ass at it. We'll get it done. Yeah,
sounds good.
But yeah, anyways, check everyone else out. Of course, check out all the rest of my videos. Eric doing stuff in the background. Hi, Eric. Woo! Yeah, there's Eric right there. But anyways, check out Neil. He's gonna be Stone Soup. I don't know if he has his YouTube channel up yet. But shortly. Yes, shortly he will have his YouTube and Twitter handle up. And we have my buddy Nathan Carter over here.
Smooth Skin. That's coming along maybe towards the end of the year.
Yeah, Smooth Skin.
Yeah,
he's gonna get something going. He's gonna start off here on the podcast. Of course, I want to have my best bud on here, and dude, one of my best buds. I know you're both my best buds. All right. But anyways, all three of us, we are the hosts right here. This is the hosts of the Super Shotty Podcast.
And we'll get better at this every time, so it's not all going to sound like this.
Yeah, because this outro really sounds like garbage. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the first podcast. Anyways,
absolutely, thanks for bearing with us.
Yeah, thanks for bearing with us, guys, for the hour of content that we've been talking about. But yeah, see you guys on the next one.
All right, later.
Absolutely.